were brought up not to talk bad about anybody.
Anyway, yeah.
That was it,
Yeah.
you know, and you wouldn't have, I wouldn't have, and didn't. Strangely enough, I did make it public later on in life, but about 6 months ago, a man who had left as a student, left the priesthood. He was a student with me, and he became a priest and left the priesthood, travelled around the world, and he came back and he had lifted a copy of my book in which just mentioned, you know, not very much, he made a call. I hadn't seen him in 50-something years. So he came up here to this grand and he talked about me. He says, I know who did that to you, because he did the same to me. More than 50 years later. And yet we couldn't talk to each other.
Oh, God.
So, thank you. You okay?
Yeah, I am. Did good come from it? Did any good come from it?
Just a minute. Did good come from it? I wouldn't put it like that, Jim. That's it. I know what you're saying, but I think that's it's almost like saying, does God allow something so that good can come from it? And that's not what you're saying, but somebody might take that's what you're saying. And that's not the case, you know. If good came from it, it was because good people helped me to have something good out of it, out of evil. Don't mess the evil. Yeah. It was evil. It was wrong. And that's the end of that. Yeah. So we lot try to make good out of that. Something good can come out of the experience, in the sense that I really didn't know this. You know, I was speaking out against abuse before I had come to terms with my own abuse. And it was, I knew there was something wrong, and I went for counselling to a person that I could trust, and which I do anyway. You know, with the stuff that I'm getting all the time, you shouldn't even try to handle it on your own at all, because you'll just pass on stuff unless you handle it. So with that, I remember it came through, and I was able to say it, and it was a big freedom thing. If that's good out of it, grand. But it's not out of it. It was. There's nothing but evil came of that. And I'm not. Let's put it honestly. There's no such thing as minor abuse. Yeah, but having said that, there are different degrees of abuse, and I think that's the good thing about it. Yes. It made me. As a result of it, I became a compassionate person. But I would have been anyway. But it didn't destroy. The only place it destroyed compassion was I couldn't be compassionate to myself. I could be compassionate to the whole world, but not to me. In other words, I don't let people bully me anymore, which is a big, strong thing to say, you know. And let that be the Pope or his representative or somebody in my own order.